There's one food at the end of this list that's been quietly used for thousands of years. But no one talks about it anymore. It's not what you think. And it may just reignite your passion after 60. Don't miss it. Hello, my friend. If you're over 50 and have started to feel a drop in intimacy, connection, or that spark in the bedroom, you're not alone. As a retired physician, I've seen hundreds of patients go through the same journey, and believe me, it doesn't mean it's over. In fact, many times, the answers are far simpler than we think. Sometimes, they're right on our plate. That's what this video is all about. Because while pills and treatments may help some people, nature has always had its own quiet solutions. And a few of them taste pretty good too. Certain foods, backed by real science, can support blood flow, boost hormones, lift your mood, and help you reconnect with your partner in ways you may have thought were gone. So if that sounds helpful to you, or to someone you care about, please take a moment to hit the like button, share this video with a friend, and subscribe for more weekly insights into staying strong, confident, and full of life after 50. And hey, leave a comment below. Just type 1 if this helped you, or 0 if you learned something new today. All right, let's dive into these 6 powerful foods that can support your passion and performance in a natural, gentle, and lasting way. The first one might already be in your kitchen. And the last? Let's just say your partner will thank you for sticking around until the end. Nature's Viagra. Let's start with a food that's been called nature's Viagra, oysters. Now I know what you're thinking. They're slimy, a little mysterious, and for some people, an acquired taste. But there's a reason they've earned their legendary status when it comes to romance. And it's not just old wives' tales. Oysters are incredibly rich in zinc, one of the most important minerals for testosterone production in men and hormone balance in women. As we age, our zinc levels naturally decline, and unfortunately, that decline is closely linked to a drop in sexual desire and performance. According to the Cleveland Clinic, zinc deficiency in older adults is directly associated with erectile dysfunction and decreased libido. In fact, one study found that even mild zinc deficiency can reduce serum testosterone levels significantly within just a few months. Now here's something fun. Giacomo Casanova, the famous 18th century lover, was said to eat up to 50 oysters a day. Whether he exaggerated or not, he clearly believed in their power, and modern science actually backs it up. Zinc doesn't just support testosterone. It also plays a crucial role in sperm health, immune function, energy levels, and the repair of body tissue. And for women, zinc helps regulate estrogen and progesterone, supporting mood and sensitivity. The bottom line? Oysters are more than just a romantic cliché. They're a legitimate nutritional powerhouse for anyone over 50 who wants to support their sexual vitality. So how do you eat them? The best way to get the full benefit is raw or lightly steamed. Skip the fried versions. They may taste good, but the high heat and breading can destroy the delicate minerals you're trying to absorb. Try adding oysters to your dinner once or twice a week. Pair them with a splash of lemon, maybe a glass of red wine, and you might just feel a bit more youthful, connected, and alive than you have in a while. And remember, this is only the first food on the list. There are 5 more coming up. And the last one? It's the oldest secret of them all. 2. Dark chocolate, the pleasure molecule booster. Now let's talk about something a little more indulgent. Something rich, smooth, and almost universally loved. Dark chocolate. Yes, I'm telling you that one of the most enjoyable foods on earth can also be a powerful ally for your vitality after 50. But it's not just about pleasure on the tongue. There's actual science behind the passion. Dark chocolate contains two key compounds, flavonoids and phenylethylamine. Flavonoids are powerful plant-based antioxidants, and phenylethylamine is a natural chemical that helps your brain release dopamine, the pleasure hormone. Dopamine is what makes you feel focused, excited, emotionally connected, and yes, aroused. According to research from Harvard Medical School, flavonoids in dark chocolate help improve blood flow by relaxing blood vessels and reducing inflammation. And that's especially important for older adults, because as we age, our circulation tends to slow down, which directly affects sexual function in both men and women. Better blood flow means better response, better sensitivity, and better connection. But it doesn't stop there. Dark chocolate also supports the release of serotonin, which calms anxiety and helps you feel emotionally safe and open. And let's be honest, emotional relaxation is just as important for intimacy as anything physical. When you feel relaxed, cared for, and present, your body naturally follows. That's why just a few squares of high-quality dark chocolate in the evening, say 20 to 30 grams of 70% cacao or higher, can be a gentle, natural way to support your desire and connection. Just be mindful. The darker the chocolate, the better. You want low sugar, high cacao content. Avoid milk chocolate or chocolate bars with added sugar, caramel, or fillers. Those might taste sweet, but they work against your health. You can even pair your dark chocolate with a cup of herbal tea or a few berries to round out the evening. It becomes a kind of ritual, a quiet way to say, I'm taking care of myself, and I'm still alive in every sense of the word. You see, food isn't just fuel. It's chemistry, emotion, and experience all wrapped in one. And something as simple as a small piece of dark chocolate each night can slowly help awaken the senses again. So don't be shy about enjoying it. Just choose the right kind. Eat it slowly and let it work its quiet magic. And now, coming up next is a fruit that does wonders for your circulation and hormones. And it may already be sitting in your kitchen. 3. Avocado, the heart-sex connection. Now let's move on to a fruit that's creamy, versatile, and absolutely packed with benefits for your heart, your hormones, and your intimacy. Avocado. You see, what most people don't realize is that a strong heart is one of the most important foundations for a strong sex life. Why? Because circulation is everything. And avocados just happen to be loaded with heart-healthy monounsaturated fats, the kind that help lower bad cholesterol, reduce inflammation, and improve blood flow throughout the body, including to those areas that matter most during intimacy. According to the American Heart Association, poor blood circulation is one of the leading contributors to erectile dysfunction in older men. When your arteries are stiff or clogged, it's not just your heart at risk. Your ability to perform and connect physically also suffers. But here's the good news. Eating avocados regularly can help keep those arteries flexible and responsive, supporting the kind of blood flow that makes physical intimacy possible and enjoyable. And that's not all. Avocados also contain vitamin B6 and folate, two nutrients essential for regulating hormone balance. Vitamin B6 helps the body produce serotonin and dopamine, while folate supports energy metabolism and mood. Together, they help you feel more alive, more present, and more emotionally open, which, as you know, plays a huge role in desire and connection. So, how do you use avocado in your everyday meals? Try slicing it into a fresh salad, spreading it on whole grain toast, or blending it into a smoothie with dark chocolate and almond milk. That's actually one of my favorite combinations. A cacao avocado smoothie. It's rich, satisfying, and gives you a powerful dose of healthy fats, antioxidants, and pleasure all in one glass. And the best part? It doesn't feel like you're doing something medical or prescribed. It feels natural, nourishing, and enjoyable. That's the beauty of this approach. We're not talking about forcing your body with synthetic pills. We're talking about supporting it, gently and consistently, through foods that speak the same language your body does. So the next time you pass by the avocados at the store, remember, this simple fruit could quietly be helping you rekindle energy, restore balance, and reconnect with the one you love. And up next, we'll talk about one tiny seed that's packed with more testosterone-supporting nutrients than you might expect. And it's probably sitting in your pantry right now. 4. Pumpkin seeds. Testosterone's silent ally. Now let's talk about one of the quietest but most powerful foods on this list. Pumpkin seeds. They might seem small, maybe even forgettable, but these little seeds pack an incredible punch when it comes to supporting male vitality, especially after 50. You see, pumpkin seeds are rich in 3 nutrients that work in perfect harmony to boost testosterone naturally: zinc, magnesium, and omega-3 fatty acids. We've already talked about zinc and how crucial it is for hormone production and sexual performance. But let's add magnesium into the mix. According to a study published in the Journal of Reproductive Biology, magnesium supplementation was shown to significantly improve sperm quality and reduce fatigue in aging males. And this makes perfect sense. Magnesium helps relax blood vessels, regulate nerve function, and support deep, restorative sleep. Without enough of it, the body stays tense, tired, and hormonally imbalanced. Combine that with omega-3s, those healthy fats that reduce inflammation, protect the heart, and support nerve sensitivity. And you've got a natural trifecta for renewed sexual health. But what I love most about pumpkin seeds is how easy they are to include in your routine. Just 1 or 2 tablespoons a day, eaten raw or lightly roasted without salt, is enough to make a difference over time. You can sprinkle them over oatmeal, blend them into a smoothie, toss them into a salad, or even eat them straight as a snack. They're affordable, shelf-stable, and require 0 preparation. No pills, no prescriptions, just nature doing what it's always done, quietly supporting life from the inside out. And if you're someone who's felt a little more tired lately, if your drive has been lower, or you're waking up without that usual morning spark, adding a small handful of pumpkin seeds to your day might be a surprisingly effective first step toward reclaiming your vitality. Remember, the body doesn't need to be pushed. It just needs to be supported. And sometimes, the smallest things bring the biggest returns. So next time you're in the grocery store, don't overlook the seed aisle. Your heart, your hormones, and maybe even your partner will thank you. Coming up next, we're traveling halfway across the world to discover an ancient root from the high mountains of Peru, one that's been used for centuries to boost energy, mood, and desire in both men and women, and it's finally making its way into modern science. 5. Maca root, the Andes aphrodisiac. Now let's journey high into the Andes Mountains of Peru, where for thousands of years, local communities have relied on a humble root called maca, not just as food, but as a natural tonic for energy, mood, and desire. Maca root is what I like to call one of the world's oldest aphrodisiacs that modern science is finally starting to catch up with. It's not spicy. It doesn't taste exotic, and it doesn't have the fame of oysters or chocolate, but it works. Maca is a root vegetable, similar in appearance to a turnip, and it's typically dried and ground into powder. What makes it special is its unique composition of plant sterols, amino acids, and compounds that support hormone balance without actually containing hormones. That means it works with your body, not against it. The National Institutes of Health reviewed 4 separate clinical studies and found that maca consistently helped improve sexual desire in both men and women, especially in those going through hormonal shifts in midlife. Participants reported increased energy, improved mood, and a renewed interest in physical intimacy, without any pharmaceutical side effects. And here's the really interesting part. Maca doesn't boost testosterone directly, but it seems to act on the hypothalamus and pituitary gland, which help regulate the entire endocrine system. That means it can gently nudge your natural hormone rhythms back into balance, especially when things have started to slow down. For women in particular, it's been shown to help with the emotional and physical challenges of menopause, like low libido, fatigue, and anxiety. And for men, it's associated with better performance, more stamina, and a general lift in vitality. So how do you use it? The easiest way is in powder form. Just a teaspoon, a day stirred into warm water, blended into a smoothie, or mixed into yogurt. The taste is earthy, slightly nutty, and works well with things like banana, almond milk, or cacao. You don't need much. Just a small, steady amount taken daily can begin to create real change over time. And just like the other foods we've talked about, this isn't a quick fix. It's a long-term ally, a quiet partner in your daily routine that helps your body remember what it used to feel like, and maybe even rediscover something you thought was gone. Maca root is living proof that nature has answers, ancient, time-tested, and still relevant today. And speaking of ancient remedies, up next is a legendary root from the East that's been praised for centuries as the elixir of strength, endurance, and passion. If you've ever been curious about ginseng, now's the time to listen close. 6 ginseng, the ancient tonic. Now we arrive at the final food on our list, and it's one of the most respected and time-honored natural tonics in the world. Ginseng. For centuries, traditional Chinese and Korean medicine have considered ginseng a symbol of life force, vitality, and restoration. It's been used not just for intimacy, but for energy, immunity, and overall strength, especially in aging adults. But this isn't just ancient folklore. Modern science is catching up, and the results are impressive. According to the Mayo Clinic, ginseng has been shown to improve erectile function in men by enhancing nitric oxide production, which increases blood flow to vital areas. It also helps reduce stress, a major contributor to performance issues that often go unspoken. The way ginseng works is quite fascinating. It contains natural compounds called ginsenosides, which help improve circulation, support the nervous system, and regulate hormone levels. In other words, it doesn't just give you a temporary boost. It helps your body perform better under both physical and emotional pressure. That's crucial, especially for people over 50 who may be carrying a heavier load, mentally, emotionally, and physically. But here's something most people don't realize. Ginseng isn't just for men. Women can benefit from it too. It's been found to help balance estrogen levels, improve mood, and increase overall energy, creating a more open and connected experience in relationships. So how do you use it properly? The most effective daily dose is typically between 500 and 1,000 milligrams of standardized ginseng extract. Or, if you prefer something gentler, you can simply enjoy it as a tea, 2 to 3 times a week. A warm cup of ginseng tea in the evening can be a relaxing, restorative ritual, something that not only supports your body, but also your sense of self-care and connection. Just be sure to choose high-quality ginseng, preferably Panax ginseng, and avoid overusing it, as too much can cause overstimulation or restlessness in some people. Think of it as a wise companion, something to be respected, not rushed. What I love most about ginseng is that it brings together all the elements we've discussed in this video: circulation, hormone balance, emotional calm, and natural energy. It's a reminder that intimacy after 50 isn't just about mechanics. It's about the whole person: body, mind, and heart. And with that, we've come to the end of our 6 foods. But your journey is just beginning, because when you eat with intention, when you choose foods that support your inner spark, you're not just feeding your body, you're feeding your relationship. And that brings us to one final thought I'd like to share with you. So there you have it, my friend. These 6 foods aren't magic pills. They're not quick fixes or miracle cures. But if you add them into your weekly routine, little by little, they can support your body in all the right ways. Better circulation, balanced hormones, more natural energy, and most importantly, a stronger, more intimate connection with the person you love. Because let's be honest, intimacy after 50 isn't just about performance. It's about feeling alive, feeling seen, feeling confident in who you are and what you're still capable of. And I want to remind you, you deserve that. You've lived too long and come too far to let this part of life fade quietly away. In fact, sometimes the second half of life can hold deeper passion, richer connection, and more laughter behind closed doors, if we're willing to nourish it. Now, if this video helped you, I'd love for you to stick around. In our next episode, we're diving into something that doesn't get nearly enough attention: the drinks we sip at night. I'll show you 4 common evening beverages that might be quietly harming your performance, and 2 natural drinks that actually help. You don't want to miss that. So if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with someone who might need a little spark. Because the truth is, your second youth might just begin in your kitchen.